Gano now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Luke Kuechly coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Look, Carolina had a number of issues last year, and that's why they slumped to 6-10 after a Super Bowl appearance. But pass rush.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Luke Kuechly in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. The play fake to Sims. Now Winston. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Buccaneers have it. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now a handoff looking right. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Working out of the gun. Winston got his target. It's Jaquiz Rodgers. He will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, Winston pushing his way through. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Not that we necessarily see this as being in the cards, but worth noting that 21 points would equal their franchise record for largest deficit overcome. Certainly plenty of work to do between now and then. Second down, and the offense needing 5 yards. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Howard has the first down and then some. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A good pickup there, a 22.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Second down, Winston. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Nick Folk for the point after. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Around the NFL, they're in the second in Philly. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Now the Auburn alum, Artis Payne. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Steps away to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Following the interception, Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Thomas Davis in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Jameis to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And now a first down following that long gain. To throw is Winston. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. And it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved down to an early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before the break. Newton. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we will toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. First and 10, Newton. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Out of the gun, Newton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go down.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. K1 Short in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. So the sack on first down there by the defense, and now it's second down. Here's Winston. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shaq Thompson. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Ready?
3rd and long for Winston. And, oh, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 38. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal here from the 9. Now it's Newton. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gano out to kick this one away. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And quickly they get to the line. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mario Addison able to get him for a loss of about 3. Winston from the gun on third down. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition in practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On the give, this is their fullback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
2nd down, and the offense in search of 6 yards. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. The tight end Olsen in motion. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Newton now to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Oh, and now he bowls him over. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. They were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Throwing, Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Winston. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Pulled in at the 24. Might have needed just one more block. As it stands, 37-yard return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers just continue to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it. Rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it, too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know the rule is first guy hold up the runner, everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Here's Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Winston now to throw on 1st down. And now here is another interception. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. Past the 20. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And the offense in a great spot. It's 1st and goal from the 3. Play clock winding down. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. So 3rd and goal, Stewart. And a good hit there and knocked down hard. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back, and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead, it works opposite.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him near the 34-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Winston now. Bringing it in. Jackson left side. A nice gain of 21 yards. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jackson. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Winston. He's got Evans. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. So the chains are on their sides. It's 1st and goal from the 6. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
3rd and goal, Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line. but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. On the NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter in Philadelphia. And the 49ers have scored again, really extending that lead. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
Oh, I think the Bucs got it, and they did. Tampa Bay football. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. Now Winston. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Luke Kuechly in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll get this up to about the 40. An 8-yard gain, so that gets him halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more. On 3rd down, Winston. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. 2nd down, 8. A shotgun snap for Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Out to his left. Looking for Shepard deep. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This will be taken in at the 1. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the 4th down in New Orleans. A late lead change. The Saints now in front. If they hold on, a victory there would be their third of the year. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football.
And pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun. Winston gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A first down throw for Winston. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Second down here after the incomplete pass. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Here's Winston. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Now Jameis on second down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. One last shot now for Winston. And that will be incomplete as time has run out.
The Steelers are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. Now that the Texans have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more.
There have been plenty of incredible moments in college football history, but rarely do you see a game end in a safety. Late in the fourth quarter, his team was down, and its opponent was trying to run out the clock. However, he came hard off the snap, demolished two blockers, and crashed down on the quarterback before he even had time to hand off the ball. That safety was enough to give them the win and send his draft stock soaring. His raw strength alone was enough for this team to take a chance on him, and we'll see if he can develop into a dominant defensive lineman.
The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. Let's go to Adam now, who's got more on the Patriots' last pick.
English may not be his first language, but one thing is for sure. This kid can play. Despite only recently moving to the States, he's played American football for years and was one of the top athletes in collegiate sports overseas. He jumped at the chance to play in the NFL and used his final year of eligibility to play for a program here in America. The decision so far has paid off for him, as he was one of the most fun players to watch in college this season. And now his dream has been fulfilled, landing on an NFL team with this pick. But the journey has just begun, and we'll see what this European phenom can do in the big leagues.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock. Now that he's been picked, Adam, tell us more about Newman.
If you go back and watch his pro day workout, you'll see this guy was a beast. One NFL defensive line coach put him through a brutal series of drills, and he came out of each one hungry for more. Matt Miller watched him on the sidelines and noticed he never took a knee, never got water, was always quick back to the line for another round. I spoke with the coach who ran his drills, and even he came away very impressed. It was his goal to find the kid's breaking point, but it never made an appearance. He's got a motor I can see causing fits for any offensive line. With this pick, their defensive line just got a much-needed injection of energy and attitude.
The Columbus Caps are now on the clock. Pick's been made. Let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about the player.
A veritable interception machine, he holds his college's single-game record for interceptions in a game, snagging 3. Scouts pointed to an almost sixth sense when the ball was in the air, and Matt Miller had him ranked as the top defensive back in the draft in his final mock. True lockdown defensive backs are few and far between, and this is a pick that should solidify this team's pass defense for years to come. It'll be very interesting to see if opposing offenses go right after him and how if he shows any rust after being avoided for much of his final year in college.
The Jets are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The London Monarchs are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The London Monarchs are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. Adam, what can you tell us about the Raiders' newest player?
He kicked off the offseason with one of the best all-star performances among defensive backs this year. How well did he play? As Matt Miller described, he simply took his matchup out of the play each and every time. The quarterbacks did their best avoiding him throughout the day, throwing to the other side of the field or the check down read. After he made such a big impression at the All-Star game, he backed up his play with a fantastic showing at the Combine and Pro Days. The team has to be grateful he was available at this point in the draft, and it didn't waste any time scooping him up.
The Bears are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Packers made their selection. For more about him, let's go to Adam Schefter.
A recent change to the Combine eligibility rules added an academic clause. Basically, it withheld invitations to the Combine from players who had a poor academic standing. I couldn't find out the specifics of his violation, but it was enough for him to lose eligibility for the Combine. Not only that, but some scouts pointed to the off-the-field concerns as a reason he slid down draft boards. At least there was enough tape of him playing for scouts to work with, and it was enough to impress at least one team, and we'll see how he does for them.
The Jaguars are now on the clock. All right, team is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
There was some concern that he may not be a three-down linebacker in the NFL. He showed toughness and instinct in defending the run, but was pulled on a lot of obvious pass plays back in college. Well, according to Matt Miller's Combine report, he looked like one of the faster linebackers in the pass drop and hip rotation drills. Enough so to move up in the rankings and to get drafted earlier than a lot of experts thought he would. We'll see if the team pulls him out in third and long situations, but I think he has the tools to become a three-down linebacker eventually.
Our very own Adam Schefter has more to say about this pick.
Midseason struggles look to have doomed his draft prospects as he put up lackluster numbers in several consecutive games. As a result of his consistent poor play, several scouts decided not to show up for his pro day. When word of this reached draft experts like Matt Miller, he began free-falling in several influential mock drafts. Scouts that decided to attend his pro day were treated to a show of sheer athleticism. They saw a player that looked like he had a chip on his shoulder, one scout even telling me that seeing the negative media attention may have been the wake-up call he needed to take his game to the next level. He now will have the opportunity to prove his doubters wrong in the NFL, but a part of me wonders whether or not he'll play with the same passion and intensity once the doubters are silenced.
Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Dolphins' latest pick.
One thing that kept coming up from GMs whenever this guy's name is mentioned was his clutch factor. Throughout his college career, he managed to win big games and flat outplay some big names at the same position in the process. It's almost as if the more challenging the situation, the more he elevates his game, a trait that will serve him well in the NFL. According to my sources, this X factor, coupled with his power arm, had several organizations pinning him as a surefire franchise quarterback. Looks like this team has gotten its man.
The Redskins are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. Let's go to Adam now, who's got more on the 49ers' latest pick.
When I ask scouts around the league what his biggest asset is, they always point to his father. His dad is a high school coach that knows how to consistently finish in the top of the school's division. And ever since he was able to walk, he's been on the sidelines for every game. Even after he leaves practice at night, he's still getting advice from his dad at home. And from what I've heard from scouts who've watched him play, you can tell the extra coaching has helped. Even during interviews at the Combine, I was told by several GMs that he was one of their favorite players to talk to. He has his dad's eye for the game, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him become a coach one day himself. I like him a lot, and he'll be a great addition to the team.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Saints have made their selection. For more about him, let's go to Adam Schefter.
He stole a lot of thunder from one of the better receiver prospects at the All-Star game, and it helped him get noticed by scouts around the league. He made one of the biggest studs in college disappear from the game, netting 0 catches and only a few targets. He played lockdown defense all day, removing his assignment from the play almost every time. And whenever a pass was thrown to the receiver, he was the first player to have a hand on the ball. The coaches left him on an island on his own, and he was more than capable in single coverage. The team is fortunate to have picked him up before anyone else could, and I'm sure he can have an immediate impact on their secondary.
The Bills are now on the clock. The London Monarchs are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. Ravens going with Howard here.
He was always a player who cared about